everybody. Thank you for tuning in and welcome to this edition of the Coiffed Cafe. I am your host, Calvis J. Williamson, and today we are going to be tackling the issue of dandruff. What is dandruff? What causes it? Is there such thing as growing dandruff? And what are some of the common treatments that people use to treat this thing we call dandruff? Later on in the show, we're going to be asking, what the hell? When I present to you a new growing trend in treating what many people suffer, dandruff. So before we get started with our discussion today, I want to say thank you so much to Ethel Shelton, owner of Amari Creations, located in the beautiful state of Michigan. Thank you so much, Ethel, for sponsoring our Sister Girl earring giveaway. And now I'm pleased to announce that Yvonda Wilkerson, you were chosen to receive a free pair of Sister Girl earrings from Amari Creations. Congratulations to you, Yvonda, and Ethel, thank you once again for sponsoring our giveaway. So let's get talking. So what are the causes of dandruff? So all of these websites and blog posts basically, again, they list some of the same causes of dandruff. The first one on the list on most of these websites and blogs was stress and medication. Stress and medication both can affect hormonal changes in the body, and furthermore, medication can significantly dry out your skin, and that does not leave out your skin on your scalp. So the dry and itchiness may come from changes in medication or stress, and those things cause this change in your hormonal levels in your body. Skin reactions to styling products. If you are like myself, there are certain styling products or ingredients in some healthcare and hair care maintenance products that cause irritation to the scalp, which cause dryness and flakiness. There's a lot of research out there about not using sulfates or parabens or any type of petrochemical byproducts in some of our shampoos and conditioners that coat our hair or our scalp, not allowing it to breathe. And I'll come back with another video concerning those chemicals. I use those chemicals, products with those ingredients, and I also use products that don't have those ingredients. And we'll just have a further discussion. That'll be for another video and not necessarily here. But some of the ingredients in styling products and in shampoos and conditioners have been known to cause scalp irritation and dandruff in people that use them. One cause that I was not necessarily aware of, but really makes sense, is the overproduction of scalp oil. Now, you have sebaceous glands, which are the glands that control oil flow all over your body, specifically in your hair follicles. And so when your scalp produces too much oil, you will not be able to easily get rid of your dead skin cells on your scalp. And so what happens, you'll have a buildup and your scalp is not breathing, and that can cause further scalp issues. The last cause that's going to serve as a sort of segue into our what the hell treatment later on in the show is the fungus Malassezia. I hope I'm saying that correctly. That is a fungus that it naturally occurs on our scalps in healthy adults. That's just something that everybody has. However, some people may have an overproduction of this fungus on their scalp. And so what happens, the fungus will feed off of the oils, and that just causes further buildup on your scalp or on your skin. And so people will then develop other skin disorders on their scalp, like I said before, the eczema, the psoriasis, and the seborrheic dermatitis. Okay, so to sum up a couple of points before we move on to the discussion about growing dandruff and what are some of the treatments and remedies people use to treat dandruff, I want to sum up by saying that, again, dandruff is a chronic scalp condition that people experience dry, itchy, and a flaky scalp, and that some of the causes of dandruff come from stress medication, overproduction of oil on the scalp, or an overproduction of the fungus Malassezia that occurs on a normal person's scalp. So, in light of the research that I did for this show, seeing how dandruff, if it becomes serious enough, can actually make your hair fall out, I wanted to discuss briefly this thing that is often talked about in the African American hair community, whether you are a natural hair wearer or if you have a relaxer, is this thing that we often talk about called growing dandruff. Now, is there such thing as growing dandruff? Your aunties and grandmas probably will tell you yes. However, from what I've been learning about ingredients and products, I'm going to venture and say no. Growing dandruff does not exist. So before you start an Occupy Black People Hair rally on me, just hear me out for a few minutes. Now, we know that in a lot of the treatments that are used to treat dandruff, a lot of them have ingredients that stimulate the scalp. Some of them have mint or some type of menthol, something that causes some type of cooling effect. And when you have dandruff, you have to you're constantly manipulating your scalp, massaging it, scratching up hair flakes. You're using tea tree oil or something with menthol. Y'all know about that sulfate, how you'll be on fire for about a good hour before the feeling and the tingling dissipates. All of those techniques actually stimulate hair growth. So I'm going to venture and say that it's not the dandruff that's causing your hair to grow, but it is the result of all of the treatments that you're having to use that stimulates blood flow in your scalp, and that's what actually causes your hair to grow. So I encourage you to go back on the Coiffed Cafe's Facebook page. Put your comments below on this video if you're watching on YouTube or if you're watching it through the Facebook page, and you all sound off. Given the information that I just presented to you, my opinion, let me know if you in fact agree whether or not growing dandruff is real. So now we're going to segue into our common treatments of dandruff. And some of these you already know about. The first one is called zinc pyrithione, which is an antibacterial or antifungal treatment that's typically found as the active ingredient in Head and Shoulders shampoo. Also tar, good Lord, if I had $1 for every bottle of tar shampoo that I've ever had to use, that is the active ingredient in Neutrogena tea gel. The tar, it lowers and slows the rate at which skin cells die and flake off your hair. So that's how tar affects dandruff. Salicylic acid, which is usually a active ingredient that's often found in acne treatments, is also found in some dandruff shampoos. The only thing with the salicylic acid is that it does have a drying effect. That's the whole point. People with acne, it dries out your oil, the overproduction of oil in the face. And so typically when you're using it on your scalp, it causes it causes further dryness. So if you're using products with salicylic acid, all of the resources that I pulled for this video, they suggest that you use a deep moisturizing conditioner to offset some of the dryness. So we have gotten to the point that you all have been waiting for. It is our what the hell are you talking about moment in dandruff treatment. Now, The first that I ever heard about the following treatment that I'm going to present to you was within a natural hair group on Facebook. And basically I had a huggery-muggery face when I was reading, because I was like, are you kidding me? But apparently it is very popular in not only the natural hair care community, but it's also popular in the relaxed hair community. And guess what? Men are using it as well. And that ingredient is miconazole. That's it. I'm using my phonics and phonemic awareness that I learned in kindergarten. Miconazole nitrate, which is an antifungal cream used to treat, are you ready? Vaginal yeast infections. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, our surprise ingredient for treating dandruff is in fact vaginal yeast infection cream. Now personally, I don't know if I would necessarily use it. I'm a little leery about that, but hey, we have a lot of people on YouTube, a lot of people on Facebook, and just in their personal blogs who swear by using the active ingredient miconazole nitrate as a remedy for dandruff. Now I will say that miconazole nitrate or yeast infection creams are not FDA approved for treating scalp irritations or scalp conditions associated with dandruff, psoriasis, or eczema, or any of the other skin or scalp disorders. People do report that when they use the vaginal yeast infection cream directly on their scalp, that it does cause headaches or further swelling or irritations. Those are some of the side effects of using the vaginal yeast infection cream without mixing it with other oils or conditioners for your scalp treatment. So I am going to present a WTH hot oil treatment that you can use if you are brave enough to experiment with the vaginal yeast infection cream for treating your dandruff. And I'll also present you with a deep conditioner mix that I've used several times whenever I have a bad reaction to some type of styling product on my hair. I can use this deep conditioner mix, and it helps my scalp tremendously. So listen, if you have any questions or comments regarding anything that has been discussed so far on the Coiffed Cafe, feel free to comment below if you're watching this through YouTube, or you can comment below if you're watching this through Facebook, or you can send us an email at coiffedcafe@gmail.com. So with that being said, let's get mixing.